Wax.
What you talking about now?
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whatever She Says with me, your host, Carla.
It's your boy Wax. What's good with y'all?
Hey guys. So we went ghost for a little bit, a week or two. I was in Florida for a little while with Psalm for his first birthday.
Yeah, boy.
Got here way faster than I thought. This guy literally is like a 5-year-old walking around at his first birthday party.
Time, listen, man, time don't wait for nobody. So if you want to do something or you looking at something that grows slow, don't do it. Time ain't waiting for nobody. And, have faith and go hard for whatever you think, because if you think the time going to wait for you, you should wait for this and that. Not even your babies.
Your babies don't wait for you. I think I noticed how time stops and waits for nobody. And I always say this, when my dad passed away, I knew that the world would stop. It had to stop, right? Like Wilmer is not here anymore. Shit has to slow down. The world has to acknowledge this. But it didn't stop for Michael Jackson.
Not a little bit.
It didn't stop for any of these people.
Whoever Mike was fucking, she's fucking somebody else.
Okay, well, we weren't going there. We were just saying time. That wasn't the way we were going. No. Before we get started, whoswax.com. Make sure you're ordering your gummies before I eat them all. So I need y'all to keep ordering so I don't have as much at home and I stop eating these bad boys.
I don't mind you eating them. You're a little bit better.
What? Do you have to say stuff like that?
I'm just telling you. So I know other guys out there who just, their wife might be on the edge just a little bit. This right here cuts the edge. You know what I'm saying? You put a little bit of lemon juice and things. You put a little bit of water and honey in it. It cuts it. That's what these gummies do for your wife.
Basically, he likes me better under the influence and not who I am sober. That's what I'm taking from it.
That's what you tell me. How you doing?
Well, you're high all the time. Whatever. So make sure to go to whoswax.com. Get your subscription. You guys have really been, doing the whole subscription thing. It's better. It's $15 each by itself. $10 if you do the subscription, and you don't have to worry about ordering all the time. Every month it comes to you. It's free shipping. So get on that.
Keyword free.
I love free and cheaper. I mean, what else do you want to do? And it's not marijuana. It's hemp CBD. So yes, don't do what Mandy did. My friend, she took a whole one, plus had done shrooms the night before and had a whole cup of coffee. So she was fucked. Don't do that. Take about half. Don't mix it with anything else. You're going to have a chill time. It's not about being high like if you just took a THC edible or like smoked a whole blunt. That's not what it's all about.
Her feet was probably off the ground.
All the way. She was flying. She said that she could feel her cheeks coming in. Like, you're on something else. Before, make sure that you are leaving Apple and Spotify rating if you're listening right now. Just while you're listening, you don't even have to stop the show. Go ahead and leave a rating and a review on Apple if you haven't yet, so we can shout you out next episode. And, I didn't choose a pet peeve of the week because I figured I will let you go with it. So take it over. What's a pet peeve of yours?
When I know something and people don't listen to me, I don't like that. I mean, I think that, if you listen sometimes and, do what other people say instead of just going through your own understanding. The Bible talk about that. Stop leaning to your own understanding. Sometimes when people on the outside looking in, they probably could tell you to play better. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand. They can see it. They're like, oh, you should have took a left. But when you're in the game, you might have went to the right. But sometimes you listen. And, even though that person might not be your coach, you might need to listen to your teammates sometimes. So my pet peeve is just not listening and not paying attention. I think people need to do that. You do. I think things would be better for us all.
Yeah. I feel like we'll talk about it because I know where you're coming from. We just had, I'm not even going to say argument. You got on my nerves towards the end. But
yeah, because it's only the truth. And I asked you to do something and you totally...
And I feel like we can talk about it in a second because I put it up for the therapist couch. But yeah, sometimes I feel like we give folks advice, but there are times when you can only say so much and then just let it marinate with that person and let them go instead of like pushing your own thoughts and opinions. It's kind of like you put it out there and say, all right, I put it out there and move on, right? Because it's nothing that can be done right now. So
only if it can be done, it wouldn't even have to be done at all if you listen.
Right. So the thing is, so if that's a pet peeve of yours, you're like, your pet peeve really is telling someone something and them not doing it.
Period. Especially when you know it's going to benefit and it's going to take care of the problem. That's just like saying, oh, you spilled that on the floor. And you continue, and I'm like, yo, you need to go get a rag and stuff like that. I'm telling you exactly what to do. And you go over there and get the vacuum cleaner.
Right. And I think that's where
the vacuum cleaner is not going to get this water up.
Okay. So we can then bleed this into from the therapist couch. So before we go into that, because it has to do with the exact same thing, it's BetterHelp. One of our letters today, if you have been listening to us, you know that we personally do therapy and then we do couples therapy. For myself, I truly, truly believe in therapy. BetterHelp is one of those places that really has helped us. So make sure that if you need someone to assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, BetterHelp is the way to go. You can start communicating with someone within 24 hours. It's not a crisis line and it's not self-help. It's professional, actual counseling. So it's more affordable than traditional offline because you're doing it, through Zoom, through text messages. You can message them all day long and then get on there every single week. There are over 500,000 people already doing this.
Nice.
You will get 10% off your monthly payments if you use WSS as your code. So you go to betterhelp.com/WSS. They also have financial aid. So there is no excuse. Therapy's going to cost you. Everything's going to cost you something, right? It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you heartache. It's going to cost you being upset.
Sacrifice.
Yes. So make sure, hey, if you have to cancel going to brunch a couple times a month, if you have to cancel, some of those extra things that we do to get yourself together mentally, try to do that with BetterHelp or your own therapist. But right here, I'm offering you something where you don't have to leave your house. And I don't like leaving my house. And we can't leave our house because it's a pandemic.
There's a lot going on out there. It's not even only this pandemic where people getting sick. People are dying. A lot of things is happening. Stay in your comfort zone as much as possible as you can because a lot really is happening out there. If it didn't ever hit home, I'm sure people out there, the things that did happen to them or their family members. So, stay home, get the therapy, get your mind right before you even go out there. Yeah,
there's certain things you can do at home. And this is one of them. And I know sometimes sitting on a couch with somebody is dope, but you can sit on your couch and talk to them while they're on their own couch.
Imagine them there.
It's 2022. Y'all know what the Zoom FaceTime life is about. It's nothing new. It's our new normal. So get over it. Get it done. So basically, this conversation that his pet peeve is coming from this morning. We both have kids outside of our relationship. Right. Outside of our, relationship, right? So I have a daughter. He has a son. And we have to co-parent with their parents. So it's crazy because as he's talking to me about my situation with my daughter, we both have the same thing. So I'm able to be a lot more objective when I speak to you about your son and your situation on your side. But there are heightened emotions and feelings and past situation when it comes to that. So when I can sit there and speak to you on your situation, you were like, well, how can you talk to my baby mama for X amount of time and be calm? Because I don't have the past with that, right? So you're sitting here talking to me about, my baby daddy and whatever, and you can be a lot more objective at times because there's no feelings or it's just, it's different. There's no past. So where I'm going with this is what is your responsibility as a step parent? And how involved should you be in the different stages of the child's life? Because I view your son as my son. When he's here, that's my son. When he's not here, he's still my son. He calls sometimes 100 times a day. And I'm like, how was school? How's your teacher? Like the mom shit, that you do with your kids. You deal with him as a dad. So what is your responsibility in your eyes as a stepfather?
The exact same thing. I look at her as she's mine when she's here. But if I'm telling you something that would better her, you don't listen to me.
What about when she's not here?
Even when she's not here, I tell you something, and that's what we're getting at right now. I'm telling you something to do, and you still took it upon yourself. After you did something over and over again, I need you to clean that up with towels, paper napkins, or something. You go get a vacuum cleaner and try to do that spill. Evidently, you tried to do that spill with vacuum cleaner before, and you upset because, you keep doing it with the vacuum cleaner, and I'm telling you exactly how to clean it up. So
here's my question to you, and maybe we can resolve this here. There's some certain things in your side that you're like, I'm not doing. It doesn't matter how I tell you, I'm like, look, I really, truly think this is going to help. And
I've been through that before.
Right. So if I tell you, yo, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to do this. Can you say, yo, well, I'm going to do it?
No, because you didn't do it before. Everything you tell me to do, I did it upside down over. What I'm telling you to do, you're not even trying to do it. Because if you did it, you would have listened to me. And guess what? You would have got the answers you wanted. You're not going to get no answers by the people that you're talking to right now.
I don't necessarily want answers. I think what I want is change.
Okay. So if I'm telling you, if you want this water off this floor, to use paper napkins or a towel, stop getting the vacuum cleaner. No reason for you to get this vacuum cleaner. You're saying it will get it up. Watch it suck up. A little bit of water might get in there, but nothing is going to happen.
It's just so hard when you are co-parenting and you have a child in another home and they have their own set of rules, right? They have their own set of everything. But then I'm also seeing my kid. I'm like, you know what? This has to be done better for her. But I feel like on that side, I wouldn't, regardless of who King is, right? Regardless of the kid things that he does or his personality or some things that I might be like, wow, she was different, but that's, whatever. I have to accept him for that and deal with that, right? And I have to love him through all of that. I feel like mine isn't being done that way. I feel like mine isn't being treated the way I would treat your son.
Because we got different people in a situation. Like I told you, if you want that to happen, you have to talk to the source. You're going around it.
Correct. No, but here's the thing. I just truly don't feel as though I need to talk to someone that's not her parent. I didn't make that girl with her stepmama. You see what I'm saying?
You didn't make King either. And you talked to
because you're asking me to. Because it's the only way for us to do it. You see what I'm saying?
And guess what? And I'm asking you to do the right thing on your side. If you want to change. Now, if you want to continue to just
but
keep
I'm
on
speaking
talking,
to the correct source, which is his
that's
mother.
That's not the correct source.
No, I'm talking about on your side. That's the source we need to talk to.
We're talking to the problem. Wow.
So then you talk to him.
But guess what? You think I think it's going... If I really thought that...
We haven't tried it.
Listen to me. If I really thought and knew that me talking to him would be a difference, I will. I know it's not. I'd rather talk to the bitch.
But has it been tried?
You don't even fucking try the things you're supposed to do.
No, wait. I said, have you tried you speaking to him?
Why would I speak to him? I know nothing is going to happen.
But wait, hold on.
I know character of people.
Hold on.
And I'm telling you,
I
know the source where it's coming from.
You just told me that things have to be tried, right? This is literally what you just said.
Tried after you. Now, again, I tried that side multiple times already. That's why I wash my hands.
Correct. So you can say, hey, this is not going to work. I'm going to try this first to the source myself as her stepfather. And then help me on that side. And then if I have to maybe go the route that I don't want to, then boom, we got to go that way. But I would rather you help me.
You want to go to a route with somebody you never even talked to before. You know nothing about this person. Truthfully, I think this person is better than the rest of the shit that you got going on over there. Real shit. Guaranteed.
I don't know why you're so gung-ho about it.
Because you're gung-ho about it. I asked you to do something and you continue to do the exact same thing and want a different result. That's insanity. I don't want mine to be insane. I want mine to also have a difference. So can I ask you to
please step in for me right now?
When I step in, I treat mine the way it's supposed to get treated.
So my question, so she's yours also, as you just said. So if I'm asking you, hey, right now I'm tapped out, can you do it for me?
I don't want to now because I asked you to do something, you didn't do it. So it's now I'm fixing it again. When I ask you to do something and you listen to me.
And I told you I don't want to, I don't feel comfortable with it. Can you step in? Because now you're supposed to be the other half.
I rather talk to the bitch.
Okay, so what can you do that?
I'll talk to the bitch.
All right.
I would definitely.
Don't be calling.
I don't give a fuck. Because if it comes to me, I'm going to handle it the way I want to handle it.
Okay.
You understand?
That's your other half too.
And understand that. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you go into something and I tell you don't do something, don't sit there and rile everything up. And now when I come in, I have to be this way.
Well, no, I didn't rile anything up. I promise you I didn't.
She ain't paying attention in life. And that's my pet peeve right there is when you don't listen and you fuck shit up. And then when I have to do it, I have to be the bad guy. There's no way I could come in there the right way. Now, and again, when I talk to on the other side, when I talked to the man before, I was very stern and I know exactly what's going to happen. And it definitely happened the way I said it was going to happen. And now the nigga not there. On your side, you supposed to go to the source. It's supposed to be woman to woman and man to man. You are not going because you're intimidated for whatever reason.
Whoa.
That's not going to whoa. Let me finish talking. If somebody was treating my son a certain way, I guarantee I'm talking to them. I am not going around the water on the floor. I'm not going to go around things that's not going to do it completely. You want drips on the floor still?
Okay, so can I say something
on
again?
The floor?
I don't trust myself having a certain conversation. So again, I've been...
Why? You don't even know the person at all. You don't know her.
I'm talking about me.
Again, you don't know the person that you're about to go talk to. You never talk to the person, which is bogus. For you to be able to have, you can have communication and over there. There's no reason for you not to have did it already when your daughter's over there with somebody. You're the problem. He's the problem. Guaranteed. It's bad parenting on your side when it comes down to making sure everything is done and properly. This is not being done properly. So when I'm on the outside looking in, I can tell that football player, yo, damn, bro, you should have went to the right because the left was crowded. When you in the game, you can't see that. So if I'm your partner and I'm on the outside looking in, I'm going to tell you, no. What you're looking at and you think is the problem is not it. That's the problem. Or if it's not the problem, you need to figure out why they're saying it's a problem. Your intimidation or whatever the problem is for you not to be able to do that. Don't use
intimidation because it ain't that.
Then why is not done? It evidently is intimidation. Because if it
why
wasn't
is it intimidation?
Because there's no reason for you not to talk to somebody who's right there raising your daughter. My daughter, I guarantee you, I have a son and I still talk to the nigga.
What nigga?
The nigga that was there for a long time, telling me what's going on. I need to know what's going on. I talked to them for a while because my son is there. Your daughter is there and you're not even doing it. Why?
My daughter's 16.
Exactly. So what's the problem? 16-year-old is having a problem that an 8-year-old is having. Why? Because you, as a mom, is not taking the proper steps. If you took the proper steps, you would know exactly what's going on.
Okay, but
you keep going to go over the...
Here's the thing.
How many times you talk to the same source over time? You hit it over and over time. Not getting what you want. Then why don't you try something else? I told you don't try that again because it's not going to work. And you did it again. Pet peeve of mine. Why don't you listen? You're going to your own understanding.
How come when I said to you, right now, you're leaning on your understanding and your past thing. Hey, let's try something new. I'm on the outside looking in. Let's just try this again.
On my side, what I did, I told you, go ahead, let me see what you got. Because I know. And guess what? When you tried, look what's happening again. The exact same thing. And you did your side. So now, even if you keep on doing that and the exact same thing keep happening, you know what we're going to do? We know what we got to do. We just got to deal with this trash. But you're over here talking. That's like me going ahead and talk to my baby mom again. Knowing it. And what I tell you, I did that before. You keep on doing it. And I guarantee you're not going to get a different result.
I think that's where maybe mine, or I don't know if it's a woman's thing or if it's mine thing. It's just, I feel like we have to keep, so like, let's say you have a child, right? And this child has this problem, whatever the problem might be. And you have to keep trying. At the end of the day, it's still your child, right?
Insanity.
No. I'm saying you have to keep trying to help them. You have to keep trying to be there for them.
Okay, then. So if you're going to sit there and really try to help them, why don't you go to the source instead of going around it? I guarantee you, if you was in that same exact situation, I would love to see you how you act.
What do you mean?
I would love to see you in that same exact situation.
Which situation?
That she's in. I would love for you to see the situation she's in with the exact same players. You get them exact same players, I would love to see how you react.
It's not about the same players. I'm a stepmother as well.
I understand that. And you don't have to go through none of that shit.
You know what? It's a big difference. I have to sit here and I have to hold down your son, and while you're working, while you're traveling, making sure that I'm taking care of him. That's just a whole other situation.
Any problem that you have, you come to me and we are guaranteed to be on the same level about it. It's not on the other side. It's not like that. So if you have a difference, if somebody a little bit more stronger than the other person, why don't you talk to the stronger person? Why don't you talk to the person that evidently got to be coming from this person because they're saying it's not here. And if you wanted to change, you go to the source. If you don't want it to change, you continue to keep on doing something over and over again. Don't talk about somebody unless you've been in their shoes, unless you're in that situation with them.
I'm okay with you saying what it is, because all I know is anything that my daughter has told me, and all I've said is, yo, this shit is going on. We already know like what their dynamic is with how they do it, their household. So what have you keep saying you're talking shit, but where?
You're telling me that this girl is fucking with your daughter. This girl is doing this. This lady is doing this. Why don't you see the fuck is going on for real? What?
All I said to you was exactly what it's like.
This is not the first time. Multiple times, this bitch is doing this.
Why is she telling her that she got to buy her own glasses? Why is she telling?
Why don't you see what's going on?
But those aren't things for me to go to her about.
Why not? She's the one who's making the rules. She is making the rules, again, is what I'm trying to tell you. You're talking to somebody, you're not in their shoes. You don't know exactly what she's going on over there. Why don't you talk to her and see what's going on? Because evidently the people you're talking to that you know, full of shit. Full of shit. So you're talking to full of shit motherfuckers that you know nothing's going to change. She has the upper hand. Regardless of why she got the upper hand or how she got the upper hand, it don't matter. She has it. And you don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I only get upset when my daughter calls me upset.
Why? So why? I guess you need to talk to the source, the person that's making her upset, is what I'm trying to say. Please tell me I'm making sense. If there's a problem right now, if somebody turned the stove on, I'm not going to go talk to you. And me and you down here, we find that the stove is on. We're going to find out who did it. We're not going to talk to each other over and over again. Yo, the stove keep coming on. What's going on? We need to figure out what's going on with the stove. She put it on. I'm not going to talk to her. I'm intimidated. I'm not going to say nothing to her.
I don't
like her. I don't want to be around her.
I've never said anything like that.
Then why don't you? That's your whole actions. The dumb shit you be saying when you be saying shit about her, you don't know this fucking girl.
I've never said... Okay, so evidently, I can't come to you and be like, Ayana called this and that because you're thinking that I'm talking shit when I'm really just telling you what my daughter just said to me.
Guess what? If I call you and told me, yo, King just now called me and told me this nigga did this, I'm calling a nigga. The fuck I'm calling the other bitch for? What the fuck I'm calling my baby mama for? For what? You don't think my baby mama know what's going on? If she do, why am I talking to her? You don't think your baby father know what's going on? Why are you talking to him? If he was going to change
supposed to fix it.
Thank you. He's not going to do it. Again, what I'm trying to say. If you're telling this person, listen, clean up the water, and every time you come, you got to clean up. Clean up the water. This person not going to clean it up. You see water on there again? You going to tell him to clean it up again? He's the person who's supposed to fix it. He's the one who's supposed to clean up the water. He's not going to do it. The water is not going to be cleaned up. And you did it again. Why don't you talk to the person who fucking spilled the water?
All right. We'll see how that goes.
You don't listen, and that's a very big problem. The very big.
It's not about that. It's just if I'm sitting here, you can't get me to do it right away. Shit. I have to sit here and process certain things. The same way you have to process certain things.
I process it the right way, and if my son
you process it in your way.
My son called me for months and tell me that this nigga is acting a certain way. I'm at least call him before I go. Right now, you already ready to go fight the bitch, and you don't even know her.
I did not. I said if something were to go off. If somebody
is treating my daughter the way she told me and you told me, that's fucking bullshit. There's no fucking way that I wouldn't have to make a phone call to see what's going on. And there's no way I wouldn't or even came over there to see what's going on. To look in somebody's eye and let them know I am here. That's not just a fucking just over here. I got a son. So if there's another dude over here, I'm not waiting for my fucking baby mama. You think I'm gonna wait for her to tell this guy what to do? And my daughter called me and told me that the baby father the stepfather was acting any type of way. Yo, bro, what's she talking about? Oh, nah. It wasn't like she didn't want to do her homework and she didn't want to do her room. The only thing I did was tell her to do that, and then she went off saying I'm not her father. I'm not her father. Don't talk to me like that. And I'm like, all right, well, listen, just listen real fast. I promise you'll get everything you need. And you know what? I would have been like, all right, let me talk to my kid. Yeah, what happened? Well, she told me that you so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah, that happened. So listen, this is what I want you to do. After you talk to the person, now the person know you're around.
She knows how active I am in her life.
How? Do you talk to her?
Hold on,
Your daughter have a problem with this person that you didn't even address.
But it's not like that.
She's a woman.
So here's the thing. So Ayana has days where she's just like, and there's days when they're good. So I know it's not like a terrible relationship.
If there was a guy over there, I would have so much communication with this guy.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Ayana, most days she's fine. Then she has her issues. So I'm like, you know what? This is normal for a household to be having things up and down.
I will be communicating with that female as much as possible because my daughter is there.
Okay.
When my son is there, I was talking to this fucking clown over there who I called my baby mama multiple times. You with some trash. This is what she's doing to my son, and that's why. Are you disciplining my son? How do you talk to my son? This is the conversations I have with him. If that was my daughter, it'd be even more worse. You got a daughter over there, and you're intimidated to talk to a woman. Why?
It's not because I never felt like it was on me to speak to her. But I get it. I'm listening.
What the fuck? Your daughter's over there.
Hold on.
You think she need to talk to you? Your daughter's over there.
Correct. So this whole time I'm like, you know what? I never felt like it was on me to speak to the other partner. I hear you when you're like, oh my God, speak to him. I'm like,
you talk to my baby mom and I don't.
Hold on. Yes, I do.
All right, then. You tell me to talk to your baby father. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't just talk right now.
Exactly.
Listen to me.
For you to talk to him. That's exactly what I'm saying. You wouldn't tell me, yo.
Go talk to the dude.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I told you talk to the woman. She just listens. She just listens to herself talk.
So what I'm saying, you're not listening to me.
Go ahead.
I never felt like I needed to speak to her. Right now, things are getting a little bit.
They've been like that. I would have been from the first time that she called me, my daughter. I would have made sure I talk to the source.
All right.
Even if you talk, listen, you know how long ago this was happening? Even how long ago this was happening before. We would have sit there and made sure this happened with the first time I heard something. Why the fuck you ain't talk to this bitch this whole time? Intimidation. There's no reason for you to be intimidated by this woman.
Is that the word? The word of the week is intimidation.
Why? So tell me why you don't want to do it. If somebody talking to my daughter,
did.
You talked to her before?
Yes. The only time I had communication with the chick was over messages, and that was it. Then she dropped her off at the house one time, and I said, hello. Other than that, we have not had communication. What was the conversation?
Are you dropping her off or something? What about addressing what your daughter
So again, if you let me finish, I said I will try. I don't want to. I don't feel like as a hold on again. I don't feel as a mother that I need to go ahead and speak to someone else's partner when I feel like
the partner is the problem.
I feel like her father, my daughter's father, should be able to handle what the fuck is going on and get it together.
How? But you know he's not. Obviously, he can't even do it when he's a person by himself. So what are you talking about?
He's not doing it.
He wasn't going to do it. You know he wasn't going to do it from Gates. He don't even do what the fuck he's supposed to do in the beginning. Stop being intimidated by somebody who's treating your daughter bad. I'm pissed off about it too.
So, question
when you get around her, I want you to get around her.
You're pissed off about what exactly? About what's going on with her?
Ayana is calling, having problems over with somebody, and you keep going to the wrong source. Okay, that you know that's not going to take it.
So, question: We started with this.
You ain't start with this. It's been happening.
Hold on. If you let me talk, what did I say?
You said let me shock.
So we just started with this. What was I going to say? Started with what?
You started with keep on doing the same thing.
No, that's not what I was saying.
It don't matter.
So if you didn't cut me off.
I'm telling you the truth. Why
are you cutting me off?
Because you keep doing something you keep doing. You want different.
I'm talking.
Ain't nothing gonna happen.
And this is helping us how?
But you need somebody to get on your ass. You know how many
It's not about that.
We was still in Florida when she was having a problem when she's going over there, right? She been saying this for over 6 months, 8 months that this girl have a problem with her daughter. We already know that it's not her fucking daughter at the end of the day. You don't know what she's dealing with. She got 2 other kids over there, plus a fucking nigga who don't do shit. And then she added somebody else on there who's almost just like the father. You see what I'm saying? So why the fuck do you keep on going to people that you know that you got problems with? If you know you got problems with it and they never listen to you in the first place, why the fuck you keep going to them? And what a different result. The same exact thing is going to happen and you're wasting your time. Why are you letting this girl intimidate you, yo? I
don't know. Is this like...
No. I'm not pressing buttons. I'm only telling you the truth.
Push the red button.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I don't know, but you're just pushing buttons. Go ahead and push the red ones.
Listen to me. If you sit there and allow somebody to continue to do something to your daughter, and your daughter told you multiple times, I bet you if this was a teacher, you would have hollered at her. I bet you Giannis came to you and said, "My teacher is doing this. My teacher, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up. I'm gonna go talk to the teacher." You would have been did that. You would have let this whole time go without talking to your teacher. This person is a person who's dealing with your daughter. Fuck who it is, your baby father's girl, your baby father's wife, your baby mama. Regardless of what it is, it could be the teacher, it could be her coach, it could be her person at her job. I bet you Yana called me, it's my manager is fucking, it could be a woman. My manager is fucking with me. I bet you it's a man. Yana told me that her manager fucking with her. It was a man. I bet you I'd do it. I guarantee you, if Yana call and say it's a man that's fucking with her, the manager at her job, I would got that manager number already. Guaranteed. You don't want to talk to this girl. Why?
So again, will I be able to answer?
The source.
Wait,
why?
Will I be able to answer? Is there a rhetorical question?
Go ahead. I want to know why.
Again, I felt as a parent, I never had to speak to the other side. I'm not done. So please do not cut me off.
For 8 months.
I feel like I just had to keep going and going. So I'll try it. I'll again say, I feel as...
She's intimidated. She's not going to try.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I done?
You're not going to try.
Was I done?
You're not going to try.
But was I done? Because you wanted the respect for me to let you talk. I never felt as a parent that I had to deal with the other side. I feel like parents should talk to parents and you deal with it and take care of it. Clearly.
You talk to my baby mom.
Oh, wait, I'm not done. I wasn't done. I think I might have breathed too long. So
you talk to my baby mom.
Okay.
Keep it real. We on here to keep it real. We're not on here to bullshit these people.
All right.
If you're going through this same shit, there's no talking about, well, I talk to my baby father and the person that's dealing with my daughter, I'm not going to say nothing to them. Why? I don't care if it's a coach. Why are you not talking to somebody who fucked with your daughter?
So again, may I finish? And may I say my side, because it's supposed to be where you can say yours and I said mine. You've not told yours for 35 minutes.
Ahead.
As a parent, for a very long time, I've always felt like I have no need to speak to someone else. I speak to
That's why she's fucked up now.
I breathed too long.
That's why she's fucked up.
Can I finish?
And that's why she's upset.
I never felt it. So now at this point in time, clearly it's not going to happen. I still don't believe that someone should have to talk to him, but I do have a baby father that's not doing much about it. So because of that, I haven't reached out. I haven't wanted to reach out. I don't want to get
because my baby father won't do nothing. So I didn't want to reach out.
Because of that, I haven't done it. Now, I guess I have to do it at this point in time, although I don't want to, because I feel like
you don't want to talk to somebody who's treating your daughter wrong.
I'm sorry that I have to be cut out every single time.
It don't matter. So I bet you other people understand what I'm telling you. You're telling me that, let's slow down.
I'm not finished.
I want to say, before we go past that, you said my baby father is not going to do nothing. So now I think that I need to go talk to the other source. She been doing this for a long time, yo. And why now? Why now? Because now I'm expressing this shit. That's why she needed to go ahead and do it.
Okay, so now so I can finish what I was trying to say since he got everything off his chest, is the fact that I guess I'm going to have to do it. Men, women, when you're a parent, you should definitely have some type of discipline over your kid and over the household, regardless of who you're parenting with. When King is here and his father has certain rules, that is his father. I would never be here and overstep my boundaries with King because I am a stepmom. So there are certain boundaries that you have with your stepchildren. I would never put my hands on King. That's not my son to be putting my hands on. He is my stepson. I love him as my son, just the same way I have Psalm. But there's just certain boundaries, right? And I feel like those boundaries in that household are not being upheld. And then at the same time, I'm like, well, how far can I go? How much can I say without overstepping my boundaries on someone else's household? And that's what's helped me.
That's fucking with your
I'm not
daughter?
finished. So I have not held that back. So now it's like, as it keeps getting worse, as I'm getting more annoyed by it, or it's concerning me more, it's like.
Should have been concerned from the beginning is what I'm trying to tell you.
Now at this point in time, I'm like, I don't know where we're going to go with this. So we'll see how we're going to go. And then let's go.
Hold on. How don't you see where we're going to go? And she been doing this for over, I say 10 months. Ever since she been going over there, she always had a problem. You understand what I'm saying? And you knew that.
But there's always going to be problems between a teenage girl and a woman, period.
So you need to figure out what's really the problem.
Correct, but there's a lot of things that I'm not going to call over petty things. She's not
going to call over petty things?
No,
not one thing that she called you to over here that was petty for you to be upset about.
There are a few things sometimes that I know my own kid.
No, exactly.
So I know certain things that I'm like, you're probably being annoying. So why the fuck you talking shit to her that you know that shit how your daughter is? And you know what other shit you got to deal with. There are certain things that I'm like, I know how Ayana is, and I know there are other things that I'm like, nah, that's bullshit.
All right, so why didn't you address those then?
Because I felt like those things needed to be addressed to her father.
Why? And you know he ain't going to do nothing again. Has he ever did anything to control anything? No. Insanity is what I'm trying to tell you.
All right.
You are wasting your time. After I told you not to do something, you did it anyway.
So that's the problem.
That's
Although
a big problem.
I didn't call
it don't
to do
matter.
that.
I told you. You know what you should have did? Because you know it wasn't going to happen. Yo, as soon as I need to talk to her. Yana, get back on the phone. I need to talk to her whenever you get a chance. Tell her I need to have a conversation with her. Can I get her number? Or when Yana's next to her, you ask her, yo, let me talk to her real quick.
The thing is that walk away real quick.
You know what I did to the guy? Because when we first got he got the phone.
I remember that phone call.
All right then. So you remember I had him on the phone for how long? You left and came back and I still had the man on the phone. Why? Because I was told something and I addressed it.
Hello.
And guess what happened? I happened to have one time. One time, I got the phone call about my son, and I was on the phone with the guy. She was over 10 months, and we ain't hear shit from her to the other woman about nothing. She let her treat her daughter any type of way she fucking wants to, and she's not a presence in the fucking daughter life when she's over there. That's a fucking problem. My son, I can't even talk to my son like that or deal with my son like that. She got open arms to do whatever the fuck she want to do. Call, la, la, la. The daughter's older and everything. And my daughter is telling me that I'm going through something with this daughter, with this woman. Even though you know, like you said, you know your daughter, at the end of the day, you could talk to the girl. Listen, I know my daughter. How can I help? Because I know you over there and all the stress with all this fucking shit going on. How can I help you with my daughter? Not your household, my daughter, to make it easy so my daughter don't call me telling me that some type of shit going on. You're intimidated for some reason because guess what? I say intimidation because it was the ice cream man. If it was her boss at work, if it was her teacher, you would be already ready to go.
It's not about intimidation. Again, I'm saying I don't want to cross certain boundaries.
What boundaries? This motherfucker talking shit to your daughter. She making your daughter do dumb shit. What boundaries are that boundary's already been on her side.
Right, you're right on that.
And you're over here letting this motherfucker treat your daughter any type of way because of her situation. If I step in it, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. You know how I'm gonna handle it?
Well,
the way you don't want me to handle it. You don't want me to handle it because it's already too far.
It's not.
You're bugging.
It's not.
You think
and
something gonna happen?
I've asked you.
Today. You think something gonna happen after that phone call today? You know it's not, right?
But so again, why have I asked you to help and you haven't? Because
we're going to the wrong person. Because you don't listen to me. You keep going and do something over and over again. Listen, if you know the motherfucker and that's your daughter and they don't listen to you, what the fuck they gonna do to me?
Well, wait, how is she supposed to do anything?
Because she's the problem.
Ayana?
No. How is who supposed to do anything?
Ayana.
Yeah, she's supposed to make sure that she's 16 years old, that she's doing everything she's supposed to do. Nobody's supposed to take care of her. Nobody's supposed to hold her down right now.
What do you mean?
Right now, she's supposed to be out there on a limb and we're only supposed to support. At 16 years old, you don't sit there and hinder nobody no more.
So where's her support?
Again, so if you don't have it there, that's why you call. Thank you for saying it. That's why. That's why you do it right now.
I truly, in my heart, feel like she's not doing anything wrong. Yes, there are little things about her, but she's not doing anything wrong.
Okay, then. So even more of a reason why you need to know why she's getting treated like that. Other things that I see that she's going through over there, that's fucking bullshit. She can work more, but she over here doing this. She can do this, but she's over here doing this. She's supposed to better herself, but she have to do this. And every time she come back, she don't come back better. You don't think that's a problem?
Yeah.
So what you gonna do next time? You ain't gonna talk to this woman again? And then what's up? She come back in 3 more months, and she's worse. Why? Because mommy want to talk to the daughter, and somebody who she knows not gonna do something. Mommy want to do that and waste time. But come over here and say that bitch. You don't know that bitch.
Well,
you know
first
nothing
of all,
about her.
The only time I get upset is when she calls me. So again.
So imagine the time she don't call. That's when I make sure I go on the phone with the dude because I'm like, if he did it this time, plenty of times before, she didn't want to call. She'd be like, I don't want my mom to be upset. So, you know what? I'm just going to deal with this. I'm going to stay in my room all night and just cry. Or I'm going to stay in my room all night and not talk to nobody tomorrow. And then you know what? Get in here and come do my hair. Go get in here and go do this. And get in here and do this. After she already pissed off and mad at her to do something. And guess who's not going to do nothing? The motherfucker who ain't doing nothing. He ain't going to do shit because he can't do shit. If he can do it, he'll do it. You keep allowing somebody to treat yours a wrong way. What the fuck you allow somebody to do to me or Sam? Oh, if it's Sam, fuck that. I'm a wild out. Let's be honest. You think that you allow somebody to do that to Sam?
I don't want to allow for it to happen to Ayana as well.
Then
but the thing is that at this point in time, because I know how I am about Ayana, it's like, am I going to hold myself together for somebody?
Why?
If somebody has the balls to tell me, I don't care.
Guess what? Don't you know that my motherfucking baby mama is 10 times worse? What the fuck you can even talk about?
Here's my
how the fuck did you get sit there and have a simple conversation with somebody you know is doing worse?
So can I ask you a question?
Let me hear.
My hesitation is, what if someone tells me to my face, I don't care?
All right.
What am I supposed to say or do then? I'm asking you a question. In my situation, what if somebody tells me, I really don't give a fuck?
All right, well, you know
what am I supposed to do?
You handle that.
How?
Just like I would have handled it.
How?
Just like if that guy had told me, bro, I don't give a fuck out your son over here. Don't worry about it. I'll be over there. I'm going to handle you. I'm going to talk to you. I ain't got to take him because I know that stupid ass bitch ain't going to fucking let me take him. But guess what? I am coming to see you. I'm going to be your fucking worst nightmare, motherfucker. You allow somebody to treat your kid bad because of what?
Because my hesitation is always like, yo, I don't want to be in a position where Ayana's going to be even worse, right? But I also know that I have the power to be...
She already worse. The things that I'm hearing is bullshit. She can't even better herself at all. If you ain't bettering yourself, guess what? You make yourself worse that day. If you got 24 hours out of the day, if you didn't better yourself, you're that much worse.
certain situations they're making her do and shit like that, she can't even better herself. So when she come here, she's worse. And now you on her. I don't want you to be on her ever again then. I don't want you to talk to her the way you talk to her ever again then, because you're not even addressing the problem when she's there.
Things with her as she's getting older, as I'm seeing her, I've changed with my approach. And that's part of growth. That's part of getting better as a parent, period, right? Having Psalm and her getting older, I'm like, I have to talk to her differently. I have to treat her differently.
Thank you.
I have to give her.
Treat her like she's a grown up, like she's growing up. You still want to give her child and kid things in ways. Yana is literally the age where I left. I was outside yes, I am a boy. Yes, I am. But if there's any other woman out here who had to fend for herself at a younger age, at 16, at 17 years old, because she'll be 17 this year.
It's just you see a daughter.
I understand that.
That's
I have
not
7
like me. Hold
sisters.
on, stop. You see your daughter and your heart just hurts for them because you want the best for them.
So why don't you recreate the best for them? You allowing somebody to do something. I'm real fast. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. You know when somebody say, if you allow somebody to do something, the next time they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it even worse. No, you need to nip it in the bud right there. 8-10 months ago, you need to call her and say, listen, my daughter told me something, and maybe y'all had a conversation to where now before she do something or say something to your daughter, right now her momentum is so crazy that you might get a phone call when you talk to her, she might talk shit.
So know here's why? The thing.
Because her momentum is too much right now for her to even pull back.
There is this fine line of letting her fend for herself and defend herself, and then me defending her. And I want what's best for her. Shit is not easy. Ayana has her issues like every kid does.
No doubt.
And I want to be...
Thank God she's not on pills and out here stripping at 16. That's the thing. Praise the Lord.
When I think of her, regardless of her issues, she's a great kid. She's a smart kid. She's a respectful kid outside of her bullshit.
Every kid. So,
and I want to give her the space to handle things on her own. Like when she calls me about certain teachers, like she did the other day, I'm like, okay, you know what? Ignore it. Move past it. Give it time. So I want to give her also the skills to fix it herself. And it's just not working. Not 8 to 10 months. And it's just not working.
Not 8 to 10 months over here doing the exact same thing because you don't want to talk to somebody you're intimidated by. There's no way that I'm saying intimidation is because if somebody's treating my daughter like this and I have a communication to them, I think I'll nip it in the bud just a little. I don't know why that dude left, but most likely it's because I talked to the nigga. I don't care what you have to do. You have to sit there and take control of this because your daughter over here, if you're able to cry right now on this show, you're able to sit there and call that woman and tell her.
Because it's frustration. It's
why
her.
They're frustrated, and you need to find out what's wrong with the problem is. She might tell you something that you might even agree with. But you over here not want to talk to the girl and talking shit about her for what? You don't know her. You don't know the situation. The people that you're talking to are liars, and they're going to deceive you. You know that, and it's not your first rodeo with them. So all this shit that you're talking and saying is for no reason.
Again, why can't you see the fact that I am on a fence of giving her enough to fend for herself versus me stepping in? Is like, if I step in, am I taking away?
Why? Give me a question.
But can I finish the question?
I don't want you to have her fend for herself because it's this long, and you know evidently this thing that she got to fend herself for is a little bit bigger than her.
All right, we'll let you know how this saga continues later on, and we're going to go ahead and go into our topics of the day. There we go. Much louder. So now that we'll get myself back together, today I wanted to, there's a few things that we saw. One of them was a letter that I saw on Facebook. It was a post, and it says, it's from, I won't even say her name. It says, Keith and Tamika recently married. Tamika is a neurosurgeon and earns $400,000 a year. Keith is a manager at Finish Line and makes $44,000 a year.
$500 a year.
After the wedding that she paid for, Keith moved into Tamika's house. She buys him a new Lexus to replace his old Honda Accord.
He the one who worked at the 40,000.
Yes, at Finish Line. He's the manager at Finish Line.
Peace.
And even she paid for a 2-week honeymoon to Jamaica.
Nice.
Keith loves Tamika with all his heart and vice versa. They are happy together, but all of Tamika's family and friends say she's an idiot. Since Keith is the man, is there a problem with their financial arrangement? If they're in love, does the money difference make them unequally yoked? As a woman, could you play that role? And as a man, could you play that role?
Yes. I just do everything that I can to better our situation as protecting and providing what I can't provide. You know what I'm saying? I could provide protection. I could provide dick. I could provide her orgasm. I could provide certain things that her daddy, her uncle, her cousins, or her female family or friends could ever do.
So you're
not doing that orgasm that's worth $400,000.
So I think that if it was something like I made $3 million a year and he made 1.5, right? It's like, okay, but we're talking about you know, when they say you're dating someone that's 70 and they have a 21-year-old, or if it's a 70-year-old or it's a 30-year-old with a 24-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big difference when you take that age. So like I said, 3 million to 1.5 million versus 400,000 to 40,000.
Yeah, and guess what? She gets to pick who she wants because she got the money. So y'all need to leave her alone at the end of the day. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows she can actually pay for whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
She don't need nothing else. What she needs is what she's getting. You know what I'm saying? She can afford to get anything she wants.
You know what
basically.
This reminds me of? Which I keep bringing it up because it's been going viral. But I don't understand why people have so much opinion on what works for others. If something works for somebody else, why do people feel the need to bring in their own input? I was having the conversation with Mandy recently, and it was because she said, she brought up something and she's like, oh, this person couldn't do it because of that. And she's like, I don't like that. But I said, you know what? That's not your relationship, right? And we do that all the time. There's plenty of things about my friends' relationships. Like I can think of 3 off the bat that I could never have a relationship the way they have it, but it works for them and they're so happy. Vice versa. The way you and I are, a lot of people could not do or could not deal with like what our dynamic is. So a lot of people really, really judge them. And I'm thinking about this woman. Okay, she makes a 400,000. For me, I could not deal with a stay-at-home dad. No, if I'm coming home,
stay-at-home dad. This guy, he's a manager at his spot. He just didn't get his raise.
No. I'm talking about like a different situation. Like if someone has a stay-at-home dad because they don't work or because they don't make enough money or because of whatever, they don't seem to have kids. So he's at work. He comes home, makes his little bit of money, and maybe he only pays the light bill, right? Or he doesn't pay any of the bills, but he treats her good or whatever. If she's okay with it because she's not lacking that money, who are we or who are the people or her family and friends to tell her no? He loves her, he respects her, he treats her good, and she's happy. Leave it alone. I don't see a problem with it until it affects her financially.
Or he playing her out or doing
right.
Or they see he not being a good
But that
dude.
wouldn't even matter. If he makes 500 and she makes 400, if he's doing her dirty and playing her, then that's still we would have a problem with it because you're getting hurt.
Always look at relationship. If somebody's making somebody happy, fuck what their financial situation is. Fuck what they got going on because that's not you. Now, if it directly affects you, she owe you money and she over here splurging on this guy and stuff like that, then you might have a problem with it. Other than that, if people are happy, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? My dudes, I know that fucking wife trash and I don't say shit.
Because they're happy?
They're happy. The motherfuckers got straight trash. The motherfuckers can't even double take motherfucking looking at everybody. They're fucking pieces of shit.
What do you mean looking at everybody?
If certain guys come around or we come around, she double taking looking at us basically like I'll fuck you too, basically.
Ew.
I mean, this is how girls do. They know how to fuck with their eyes. And when you looking at somebody double taking and shit like that, these dudes have trash girls, but they're still there. And guess what? What is my place to tell this guy anything?
Right.
He's telling me, "Oh, I'm happy, man. Last night we was chilling. We had a threesome. So I'm like,
ooh,
what?
Jesus.
I really, me saying anything is really just
right. But that's how we talked about open relationships and polyamorous relationships. It works for them. It ain't gonna work for me.
It's not happening with me.
Like I can't do it. No. But some people are like, they really enjoy that. It makes them even happier. You see them flourish in their relationship. It's like more power to you. I probably only see you twice a year to go play bowling, or maybe once a year to go have dinner. Like that ain't none of my business. I don't live with you.
None of my business. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if her pussy stink. She might have 400,000, but her pussy might stink. And this dude is the only dude that allowed her to have a pussy stink.
If this bitch is making 400 grand and she don't got health insurance or enough money to go to a doctor to get her pussy fixed,
you telling me
we got a problem.
So you telling me you don't know no girls out here with money that pussy stink?
I mean, I don't know any.
I know plenty.
Oh, I'm glad you know. How you know they pussy stink?
Because I know pussy stink and they older. They're like, damn.
How you know? You smelled it?
I didn't smell it. But people that fuck with them, that I got a lot of guys,
so you going
and there's people that got a lot of money. And the girls that y'all think, I'm not saying all that, but just, I think they got.
Oh,
I think they got too much money.
Write it
too.
down. Who's pussy stink? I want to know.
I think they got enough money for their pussy not to stink. Also,
listen, ladies. I don't care if you don't have it. Everybody can somehow, some way get to a doctor. You can go to clinics for free and check your vagina.
Money don't make you better. Money heightens who you are. So you're a dirty person, and you just somebody just like that. You somebody just like this. That's just going to heighten that. That don't mean I'm going to go do nothing. No,
money can't put you in the shower. No. Money is not going to push you in the shower. It'll get you a big shower that you won't use.
You won't use it. You'll lay down tired, run around all day.
We talked about it last time. We were talking about the scratching in the vagina. But honestly, it is normal. Not normal, but it will happen. It's inevitable. You as a woman, you're going to have body odor. Things will happen. You'll get infections because it can happen from clothes, washing detergent. Like it can happen from something you ate, anything, your period. Make sure you get that taken care of. The second that you see it, the second that you feel it, every time it happens to me, my shit be fucked up. And sometimes I'm like, yo, I gotta take some medicine. Or after I had the baby and like hormones and all that shit happens. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is take care of it and be aware of it. And I appreciate the fact that you understand when something like that happens. I'm like, yo, I'm fucked up. I gotta go to the doctor. Cool. You don't judge. Don't feel like you have to be judged by that because it's normal for it to happen.
I say go get that pussy fixed because I need it.
Right. Whatever you say. But you understand that it's possible. I feel like some people be like, oh no, she fucked up. She dirty. It doesn't mean that you're dirty necessarily. Now, there are some dirty ones that stink because they dirty. But other than that, make sure you're with someone that understands like, yo, this shit happens to me as a woman, to every woman, but I need to go to the doctor. And if you don't have it, whatever dude you fucking with needs to be able to help you go get that checked out.
Even on a Bully and the Beast, is like we get a lot of phone calls. It's like, my girl pussy sick, but I don't know how to tell her. I've been with her for like 2 years.
But all the time, for 2 years it smelled?
But a lot of dudes out here do not know how to tell their girl that their pussy stink. And they do not.
But here's the thing. A man should not have to tell you that. There are times that us as women, like especially if it's a BV or something, we smell that before anybody else does. Mm-hmm. You can smell it.
Anytime you sit down, come on.
It goes through your clothes. Like a BV, you could smell it. There's no reason someone else should have to tell you that. Like we went somewhere where we noticed a woman, like she was thinking, and it's like the second she would walk by and I'm like, bro, if I smell it, you smell it. You gotta go pee. You gotta pull your pants down. You smell it.
All right, but that's what I'm telling you. You don't think that person got enough money to go to the doctor? You know what I'm saying?
No one I'm talking about has money and has insurance.
All right, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So again,
maybe they got COVID and can't smell.
It's possible.
But not for 2 years.
Yeah, but it's possible. What I was saying with that is like, you don't know what this girl actually have. Like she might just got a small ass and don't only want one person to see it. Like you don't know why this person have this man. And it ain't all about money all the time. That's your problem. These women out here are the mask that they have on, these other people have on. You don't even know. When they take that mask off, you probably at the house and probably hate this rich motherfucker. You probably hate this person who could make more money than you or anything. She seemed like she's happy. She's happy. Not dumb.
From what that says, she's happy. So leave him alone. No, she should just do everybody should do what makes them happy, and specifically this one.
Especially when you got a gap wage like that. That's kind of heavy of a gap. She kind of can have a little bit more of what she wants in life because she put herself in different positions, different places to where she know that can happen. If she got this guy,
imagine if she lives in Iowa. She's a millionaire. If she lives in the middle of nowhere, like she lives in New York,
she's a fucking gajillionaire.
Right. So maybe she's in New York City in a high rise. Things are a little tight. But if she's anywhere else and she's smart with her money, she'll be okay. But did you hear this other one? It went viral on TikTok. It says a woman goes viral after donating her kidney to her boyfriend. Then he broke up with her. Did you see this? Fucking wild. So TikTok, now they tell a lot of stories that go viral. I'm really bad with TikTok. I gotta get better. Like it seems like there's some really dope stories there. I feel old when I go. I feel like an auntie. Mm-hmm. But it says she revealed that when she first met him, he opened up to her about how he's struggling with chronic kidney disease since the age of 17. So she shared, I decided to take her tested to see if we were a match because I didn't want to watch him die. Luckily for the couple, the surgeries were a huge success and they both made a full recovery. She said, never in a million years, I would have thought that the man she donated a kidney would cheat on her 7 months later.
You had to try it out.
He went to Vegas with a group of friends and cheated. She still gave him a second chance, forgave him. Then 3 months after that, he called her on the phone to officially call it quits and explain to her, if we are meant for each other, God will bring us back together in the end. Bitch, give me my kidney back. If you're meant to have a kidney, God will give you one. Give me my shit back.
Else with my kidney?
With my kidney?
What? That's huge.
Yo, that's fucked up.
That's huge. You take my heart, my kidney,
and I understand.
My balls.
I understand that something might not work out, right? It's like, it just might not work out after you give a kidney. The kidney does not mean you're like what's it called, indebted to me for your whole life. Then you have to be with me for my whole life. But you don't have to do me dirty like that. 7 months later, bitch, your shit's not even like cured all the way.
I ain't all the way dirty though. Like he went to Vegas. It wasn't one of her friends.
With her kidney. He was only able to get on that plane.
Dirty. Like dirty is like fucking your friends. Or fucking
Nah. Dirty is taking my kidney to Vegas, which is Vegas you shouldn't be drinking, so now you're fucking up my kidney. Yeah. With all that drinking or whatever the fuck you're doing. Then you take, your dick's only getting hard because I gave you a kidney for you to be able to, and now you're finna use your dick in somebody else with my kidney? That bitch touched the scar of my kidney. She
probably licked that shit.
Where
the kidney at, up here? She probably licking all around the neck.
Yes, the kidney's right there, like right under your jaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's where the kidney
definitely is kissing.
There's one up there and one down by your balls.
Oh yeah, she definitely touched that one too.
No, you're not indebted to someone because you gave them. I'm sure she did it out of the bottom of her heart, whatever. But it's fucked up the way that he did it. Like 7 months later, you should have been like, you know what? You could have respected her enough to say, you know what, this is just not working out. Or when she gave you that kidney 7 months ago, you knew you don't want to fucking be with her. 7 months ago, you knew you didn't want her like that.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
Bullshit.
You could have told her that
it's time you feel like you love somebody so much 7 months later. You like, man, what the fuck is this?
No. It's different. You're taking a whole kidney from them. You know what's up. You know if this is someone who you want to spend the rest of your life with, and if you can deal with certain things.
One thing could change everything.
She didn't do nothing but give him a kidney. That one thing should have made him fucking kiss her toes.
I hear you, but
we're going by the story. She said she didn't do nothing.
So she said she didn't do nothing. All right. I mean, she could probably talk too much. Anything. It'd be anything that.
He did her dirty. That was dirty though. That was dirty. You don't go fuck somebody else with my kidney. Break up with me first.
No, you can't break up with the kidney.
No, you can break up.
We're together now.
Nah.
I'm good. Way.
How about an amicable breakup? Like, yo, thank you for this. Like, I really appreciate it. You know, I'll always have love for you, but I just don't think we're working out. And as a couple and a love interest, let's move on. That's what I would appreciate more.
I wonder if she should have wrote a clause in that. Like, yo, listen, if I give you this, you're mine.
You think they can do that, a contract?
You have to. Like, your life is on the line. That's just like...
Now she's living with one kidney.
That's what I'm saying. That's just like a judge say, listen, I'm going to release him to you. If anything happened, y'all both going to jail. You might have to write that contract because if anything happened, you just wasting your life. You start drinking with the kidney. You start wilding out with the kidney. I just gave you my kidney for you just to do whatever with? Nah, bro. You need to be right here with me.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like some type of contract you can put with it. Plus, at this point in time, if her one kidney goes back for whatever reason, and she's young as hell.
Are you going to give it back to him?
She's done. Now she going to need a kidney. Oh, Lord. I'm not doing I ain't doing it
what do kidneys do?
They kid the knee. I don't know.
The knee need to be...
They do something. But there is one more that I did want to bring up. There's a lot of like relationship stuff that's happening now. There was another one. A man proposed to his woman. Congratulations, right? Mm-hmm. With a receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in place of a ring. So when he opened it up, there's no ring, but her entire $70K student loans were paid off.
Nice.
She thanked him, but said she still requires a ring before she's getting married. What do you think?
I think you need to pick your battles, young lady. And that $70,000, you better motherfucking buy all the cereal boxes you can and get that wedding ring out of there. Because I mean, if he paid the $70,000, I'm sure the ring is coming on because he's not going to invest in something that he don't want to stay with for the rest of his life. So that was definitely $70,000 is definitely an investment, a nice one. Be appreciative is that to now, regardless if he leave you or not. You know, your bills is paid for. Your credit is going up. He kind of bettered your life in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So you should appreciate that and just still wait around. Still do things as you appreciate him for taking care of that $70,000 bill for you. He's going to fall even more in love with you because you're doing everything. Like you're showing appreciation to that. That's all a man be asking for. Really.
Listen, at the end of the day, a ring symbolizes something, right? It symbolizes love, like when people can see it or whatever. But in the day and age that we're in, I have $80,000 in student loans. If you would have came to me at that baby shower and showed me my student loans being paid off,
you were higher.
that's something like this ring can change. I can lose this ring. You know what I'm saying? That can be, and it can be replaced. A ring can be replaced at any moment. It can be upgraded. It can be whatever it can be done to it. Your student loans, that means that he cares about your future. You know what I mean? Putting a ring on it is cool, but he's showing you that he cares about your future, making sure you don't have debt, making sure you're able to do whatever. So I feel like, yes, you can eventually do a ring, but whatever. You don't need that shit to get married. I would have been like, shit, my shit's paid off. Let's go get married tomorrow because I ain't got no debt now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's maybe how she vocalized it. It doesn't say on how she did it, but hopefully she didn't do it in a one like, oh, I didn't want that. I wanted a ring instead.
Shit.
That I would have just left your ass if I was him.
Yeah,
I would have been like, you know what?
See, she not exactly. If you don't pay attention to the investment that he's putting into you,
right,
and looking at the things, the bigger picture. A lot of people look at the small picture. Look at the overall part of this puzzle. They get frustrated and mad about this one piece that they can't find to put on. You got a big puzzle here. Look at this whole thing. When you look at the picture and look at the whole thing and realize what this actually couldn't be after you finish this, I think you'll fall back. And
Once you go into your 30s, for me, perspective is a big thing. So many things don't matter anymore. A man or a woman that invests time or money into you, into what you love, into your passion, man, that is the most important.
Yes.
A nigga can buy you a ring. They can buy you a bag. They can buy you a car. They can buy you whatever, right? Nothing is like someone investing their time or their money into you to tell you, hey, here, have this. And like this roadcaster that we have here, he made sure that it was here. My Zoom recording, he made sure that I had, you know, if I say I need something for my business, I know that I can go to Wax and he'll make sure that he'll invest whatever resources he has for me to be able to do it. And nothing is bigger than that. I'd rather any of that than a Louis bag, a Coach bag, some shoes. For what? I can, once he invests into my business, into my future, I can buy that shit for myself.
Exactly.
And I can buy 3 or 4 of them instead of just the one that he gave me that I can't make no money off of it.
Exactly.
So find somebody who invests in you. Sometimes some girls are like, oh, my nigga bought me this, my nigga bought me that. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I bought it for myself. I buy my bags, I buy my shoes because I have the time and the resource and the place to be able to do it. You're basically saying you're okay with a man giving you something that ain't gonna do nothing for you.
No value to it.
There's no value to it.
A man that want to buy a couple acres of land, buy her a truck, buy her a business, like she said, with her business and stuff like that. What you need to grow yourself and make yourself a better person at the end of the day. I got one of the greatest Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep on bragging on it. I love what she got me. She didn't get me no belt or no bag or I don't know what the fuck guys get.
Well, I did get you a belt for the wedding.
Yeah, I probably didn't even use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember using no belt, but I'm just saying it's like little things that you think that other guys might do. No, she came and got me a set, and she got me a set of knives set and basically a camping things and flashlights and the one I love the most is one of the things that you put right here on your head is a flashlight that go on your head with the strap.
Oh, the head flashlight.
Oh man, I use it for no reason.
The babysitter keeps trying to put it in different places.
I use it for no reason. I go outside and I go hunting for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know who your partner is. Know what you get. You know what I'm saying? That was an investment to help me help us. Because I make sure the place is safe. I make sure all this type of things, if something happened, we are prepared. She helped me prepare me to help me help us. And now the love that I got from the gift that I got from her, I'm able to pour and show her my appreciation. Hopefully now she want to marry me. You know what I'm saying? But if she gave me a belt and a fucking bag, and now I'm going to go cheat on her because I got me a nice bag and I got me a nice belt that bitch is looking.
For your birthday, I get you a big old Gucci buckle with some Louis Vuitton, red bottom shoes. And a Prada hat. I'd be so fucking mad you put that shit on.
I'd be mad to put it on. I'm looking like a fucking clown.
It's so
fuck I look
stupid.
Like?
So
I don't even want Timbs with red bottoms. Get the fuck out of here.
Do you think I'm gonna do black Timbs next time?
It's cool.
I'm gonna do 2 of them. I have to use your card though.
It's all good.
All right, we're gonna move on to our next segment, which is Are Your Letters? But before we do, we are starting enrollment this week for Elite Podcast Society. So if you're already a podcaster, not if you're launching a podcast, if you already have a podcast and you're trying to improve audio, graphics, video, guests, pitching, sponsorships, making money off of it, this is the society you need to be on. It's not a self-paced course because although I do have a course, most people just don't have the help to do so. So with here, you have help from us, master classes from other people that are experts in the podcasting field. So it is $47 a month, and we meet twice a month. You have recordings of everything beforehand once you join. The price will go up next. So make sure you go to elitepodcastsociety.com or go into the link description of this episode, and you guys can get started. So by next month, you can get on with us and you get all of the recordings from past months. So that is Elite Podcast Society. And to go to our questions, if you want to send a question, you can send it to whatever she says podcast@gmail.com. And we have one this week. This one, I won't say her name, so we should give her a name. Give me a girl's name. I can't hear you. Huh? Baby, the microphone's up here.
Banakas.
But, okay. B, what's up? It says, hey, Carla and Wax. I have recently stumbled on your podcast as I heard Carla on See the Thing Is Pod. Shout out to Mandy for that one. It's a really cool pod. And congratulations to them on an announcement they're about to make soon. I love how positive you are and how you and Wax compliment each other. Except when he's screaming at me.
Tell the truth.
Whatever. I need some advice. I've been with my fiance for about 4 years. We got engaged back in 2019, and because of the pandemic, have yet to get married. We had a baby on top of my little girl and his 2 sons from a previous relationship. Since the baby, things have been rough. He works long hours and I also work, but I feel as though I am mostly alone with the kids and bear all of the responsibilities. After the baby, I think I had postpartum depression, but never saw a therapist because I just could not afford it. So that took a toll on our relationship as well. We have been arguing a lot and things just don't feel great between us. Financially, it has been rough adding a new baby. I feel as though he makes bad financial decisions without talking to me, and it has started to affect my feelings for him. I love him dearly, and I don't want to be with anyone else. I just don't know what to do at this point. We talk and we try to better, but things just fall right back into feeling distant and arguing. Please give me some advice on what you think I should do. Then she says not to read it on the podcast, but I read it because this is something, you could be anybody. Literally, like this is not just you, which is why I read it anyway. What do you think?
Very relatable. You know what I'm saying? And if you pick that guy and you don't think that he's going to do whatever he got to do when he's doing these financial things and try to better y'all, hopefully he's there to better y'all, not just going out gambling with his money. You got to trust that person that you're with, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know how Carla does it. I'm sure she cursed me behind my back or whatever the case may be, or like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Literally, almost every week I got something to do. Like, it's unbelievable. At least once a month or twice a month, I got something that I'm bringing her.
Jesus.
And she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm doing it. And next, you know, she see me going after it. So regardless of what, she have to trust me. And if everything fuck up and go bad, anyway, guess who's on? I'm the man. So it's all going to fall back on me anyway. Your job is to do everything you can to help him help y'all. Now, if he out here gambling your money away and doing that type of shit, all right, you got you a dud. But if you got somebody that's doing financial things and putting money into things to try to help y'all grow and try to do this and try to help y'all go and invest and stuff like that, sit back and see what he got.
So it's crazy because that's what you pinpointed at as a man. That's what so maybe you're receiving something from a man. Now I'll give you the woman's perspective on what I noticed in your letter. You notice that you just had a baby, that you feel like you're bearing all the responsibility. Yes. Speak on this, right? But I think it's also how you speak on it. We need help as women. So postpartum is real. I don't know if I had postpartum, but I know hormonally and emotionally it was very hard for me. But I didn't just have hormones and a new baby. I had moving to a new state. I have businesses. I have, there's a lot of different situations going on within myself. Trying to plan a wedding that because of the pandemic, I understand might not happen. We're dealing with it right now. So I would totally say to you, speak to him, and you have to find an outlet to help because we do bear a lot of responsibility at home with our children that men do not understand. It is hard. It is hard to be home with a baby and you have other kids. So that for me, it becomes a little bit easier. I have a teenager that can help. If I were to have other toddlers or, school-aged kids, small that I still have to really, really take care of, I'm like, King is 8 or 9, right? If I had an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and my baby, I would probably really lose my mind more than I did with Psalm. So find help, whether it's from your family, friends, whether it's maybe he has to hustle and use financially to help you get a nanny or a babysitter for a couple of days.
His dick.
whatever you have to do. You said you also work, and you probably work outside the home. So that's another huge expense. The fact that you guys have to do daycare. Daycare is really fucking expensive. So just know that you're not alone. It's very easy to lose yourself as a woman when you first have a baby. And I feel like this first 2 years of having a baby, definitely it's going to be hard. We still deal with it. We still have, I think it's got just a few weeks ago is the first time I told Wax, I feel like myself. Amen. Literally, I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
I know you was like when you felt like yourself.
Like I'm still not there. I still have my days where I'm overwhelmed. But I finally, a year later, am starting to feel like kind of normal, where I can kind of control my emotions a little bit better, where I can be objective. So it's okay if you can't be objective. It's okay if you're being over emotional. He just has to understand that's normal and be there for you. Now, financially, it could be bad decisions. Like he said, he's always getting himself into some shit, and my nerves are shot. I'm like, well,
they call me a serial entrepreneur.
He's a serial gambler with business gambler is what I'm going to call it. Right. He stays business gambling. So he is a gambler within business, not necessarily at a casino, like cha-ching, let's see if we make any money. But that's what he is. And I'm not like that. I'm very meticulous with where I spend my money, where I invest my money, how I do it. I like research. I overthink a lot when it comes to business, but it's because I like to see what can go wrong. When I go into something, what can go wrong? And if this goes wrong,
and if you won't never move.
No, I make my moves. But here's what I do. I go, so what can go wrong? That way I'm prepared. So if it goes there, what am I going to do? So that's the only reason why I'm always looking at, okay, so what's the worst that can happen? So if that happens for whatever reason, I already have my plan B ready to go. But my plan A is number one. And I'm going to go for it. But after I've written something else, that's where him and I differ. But like he said, I'm learning. This is still a learning situation for me. If your bills are paid, if you're not having to make up anything for him, let him do it. The second that it starts affecting your household, more than it should.
You might have to help him, especially if you're working. The fuck you working for? You might have to back this man up if he's out there doing certain things. Like
but if he's making bad decisions,
fuck him.
Right. Bad decisions, period. And if you guys have set things you're only able to afford, let's say y'all split shit 50-50, right? And he needs to make sure his 50% is paid off because that's what you can afford as well. Right. And if he now you're bleeding into that 50% and having to work more and still have the shit at home, that's not cool. He needs to be able to still do what he was supposed to do, regardless of his financial decisions. And as long as it's not putting a burden on you because he's making bad decisions. So don't feel like you are the only one going through this. This literally could have been anybody who just had a baby and has other kids. It's absolutely normal.
Believe me, it's impossible not to go through something when having a baby. It's like impossible.
So many things go wrong.
I don't care if you got money. I don't care if you got a nice house. I don't care if you got vehicles.
You could be rich. A new baby's still going to fuck y'all up.
Period. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care how many nannies you got. It's still going to fuck you up.
You can have financially. Nannies. We got nannies. We got whatever else you think about. I know one. And crazy as hell when she had the baby. Postpartum really happened. Hormones really happened.
Don't call me crazy. That's not cool.
I get it, but whatever you want to call it. Let's call it postpartum like. So she was postpartum like. She was hormonal like. So whatever happens in those times, regardless of what money you got or whatever situation y'all in, you have to go through it. And the men, we have to sit there and take it. Like I don't know.
It's just being supportive. As a man, you just have to be supportive and know that
it's a punching bag.
Just know that it's not towards you. You learned afterwards that my hormones
5 years later, you find out.
You literally, it clicked to you once I'm on the out, like going out of it, that she can't control her hormones. Like he's like, what hormones and this? And I'm like, nigga, I've been trying to tell you this for the past 10 months. I cannot control it. There are times, and then with me, it's even worse because it's a hormonal imbalance, which I cannot help. Plus, I already have anxiety. Plus, I'm tired. Plus, I'm overwhelmed. Yes. All of that together was really, really taking a toll on me.
For sure.
Huh?
That happens with the baby for sure.
It's going to happen. This is hormones, whether you have, even think about it when I was pregnant. We didn't know I was pregnant. After the miscarriage, going through postpartum again. Ugh. There's just so many things us as women. When you get your period again after having the baby, shit, your hormones go crazy again. Mm-hmm. When you're breastfeeding, you're hormonal. All of this takes a lot.
Fellas, we just gotta sit there. Even though it's like, when your parents beat you when you was young and you didn't understand that then, but later on you understand that. It's just like that. Plenty of times I'm like, man, fuck this shit. But now I'm happy I stayed. You know what I'm saying? Until she don't listen to me again.
And I feel like
fuck her.
Whatever. I feel like those first 2 years of having a baby and a toddler, just stick through it if you really feel like it's going to be hard. There are plenty of times you want to walk away, but then it's like on the other side of all of those hormones, all of those arguing, all of those frustrations, getting used to a new life. The life is different. And we've talked about that on the show before. Once the baby got here, things are different for us, you know? Priorities change. Where you go to first changes. Like everything has to be, you know, recalibrated in a way. So we've been able to do so. We're still working on it. And it's an ongoing thing. We'll be having to do this till the day we're 90 years old. Things are going to change. Business will change. The kids get older. Dynamics change.
You grow, hopefully.
So,
but even though people understand, it's like when you grow, things change.
Yeah.
When you go lower, things also change. And guess what? When you stay the same, things still change.
Yeah.
You
Times change. You change. The outside change. Look at what happened. COVID hit. And so many relationships failed because they were not able to adjust to this new change. They were not able to adjust having to be home day after day after day together.
Same motherfucker. I can't even fuck my whores because this shit. Like I don't even want to fucking breathe around somebody. Who, if you out here cheating,
COVID fucked you up.
You a nasty motherfucker because you can't even breathe around somebody. You got a mask on next to your neighbor.
Whatever.
And next thing you know, you being nasty with them.
Y'all niggas still be nasty.
Shit.
Whatever. That's COVID ain't stopping none of y'all. HIV didn't stop y'all. COVID ain't stopping none of y'all. And now y'all seeing that everybody just pretty much making it past COVID and they being all right. Oh, y'all definitely out here cheating. Yeah. And they're like, CDC don't know what they're talking about. Dick is everywhere. One more before we go into our pass the word. This one says, my girl has had, this one's funny and I want to know your opinion because I don't even know what to say. My girl has a problem with my friend using my crib to have sex. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't bother me at all. When I was like 19, I'm now 24, my friend used to let me use his house for sex. Since his family moved back to his house, I've returned the favor and let him bring his girlfriend and use my guest room. He always calls before and even brings me a beer like a thank you whenever he does it. Never asked, just something he does.
Does she live there?
Hold on. I don't think she lives there.
Okay.
I literally don't care, but my girlfriend told me that it's weird, that it weirds her out since this is going to be the house our kids grow up in. We've been dating a year. Obviously, if my kids are around, it wouldn't happen, but I don't think this is something I should make a fuss over right now. I'm basically returning the favor from years ago, and this friend is basically my brother. He washes the sheets and everything before he leaves, which is actually more than I did when I was 19. I would feel like an asshole because honestly, this is the least I could do for him. It's not an everyday thing, and I never even noticed he was there. My question for you is, should I put a stop to it? My girlfriend has always been annoyed by my friend, so I think this might be a way for her to try to stick it to him. I doubt we break up if I told her no, but I want another opinion. Keep in mind the age. They're only 24. Yeah. Well, not only, but they're 24.
Young, bro, your boy want to use his crib. Your girl don't live there. Your kids don't live there.
They don't even have kids.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, do what you got to do. You're 24. I don't even know who the fuck I was with at 24.
They've only been dating a year.
I don't even know who the fuck I was with at 24. You see what I'm saying? So live your life. Don't be disrespectful. Now, she said something about it. Talk to your boy and see if he could, get a hotel room and stuff like that. But it's kind of easy and convenient for right there. And he is cleaning up.
He cleans?
It's kind of better than what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I hear what she's saying. I would be pissed off knowing that Carla's friend is just fucking in her crib. And then we go over there as like, you know what I'm saying? Another nigga was in here fucking. And that's the problem for me. If another guy was in here fucking, it's a problem.
So would you let your cousin come through to fuck a bitch?
And here now with us, no.
But if you were alone, yes.
But if I was alone and y'all wasn't living here, my son not going to sit there, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do with nobody.
So I'm like, well, if the kids aren't there, she's basically saying for the future. And you already said, yo, once we have kids and my family's here, it's not going to happen.
Anyway. Why would you want to stay in an apartment anyway that you and your kids, when y'all grow, you need to grow. Like really get rid of all that.
We don't know if it's an apartment. He might own a home.
Regardless.
It might be his house.
When you grow, you need to grow. Change. Get rid of all that type of shit that you had. I didn't want to stay in when we started doing. We could have stayed in a penthouse. We was doing all right. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be in a penthouse. I want to actually grow. When I get to the next stage, I want to show the next stage.
So that is like deviating from what the question was. I think no, because it's just to stick to what he was asking. Should I just like leave it the way it is right now? If she doesn't live with you and you guys don't have any kids, I would say listen to her. understand her concern and let her know, yo, when you're here, when I'm home, maybe I'll make sure I'm not home when he doesn't. Maybe she feels like, oh, they're out there fucking. Maybe the girl's gonna give me some pussy.
Why are you telling
too.
her that they in there fucking anyway? She's not even around. The fuck you need to tell her that they fucking for in the house?
Maybe sometimes she's there when it happens. So make sure
it shouldn't be there. Then now that's violating.
Right. So now what I would say to you is make sure your girl's not home when it's happening. Make sure you let him know, yo, like whenever you finna come through, let me know so I can take her on a date beforehand or something, and then let her know, yo, we're not gonna be home. Or maybe not tell her, because I would feel like if she has a problem, but let her know, yo, I'll make sure we're not home and I'm still retaining the favor. And once you move in, it's done. You know, once we move together, that shit won't happen again. But right now, you're 24, child. You've been dating for a year. Hopefully, she's your forever person, but most likely, in the way history goes, it probably won't be. So just have your fun. Let your friend do what he does. That's your brother. You'll be all right. Yeah, he'll be all right. All right, so we're gonna go into our favorite segment of the podcast.
Yeah.
Here we go. Just kidding. That ain't it.
Pass the word. Yo. Lord. Give my heart and my eyes and my, everything that you need me to do to be able to give you all the glory for this. Hallelujah.
All right. So this week we're going to do Proverbs 14:21. So if you guys want to look it up while we're doing it,
Love Proverbs.
But I will read it up to you. I know you love Proverbs. So we'll be doing, by the way, Pass the Word is a segment that we do at the end. We have shits and giggles in the beginning. We have fun. We hang out. But at this point in time, what we're going to do is just wrap up everything and leave you with a word for the week, something that can give you, uplift you, and you have fun now. Let's just have fun with something a little bit different that can grow you and help you do things a little bit better. So Proverbs 14:21, it is a sin to despise one's neighbor, but blessed is the one who is kind to the needy.
Amen. And I say it all the time, people always sit there and see these guys, anybody who need, you know what I'm saying? And they'll walk right past them like, oh, you could ask for that. You could go to McDonald's and ask for, they need a Happy Meal. No, that's not what it is. Everybody need to play your part. You don't even know one of these guys out there that is need or bums or whatever y'all might want to call them. Y'all don't even know if that is God. So you got to watch who you might look down beneath or try to look and think that you're better than the next person or whatever. You don't want to give. The man who gives when he has less is the one who gives the most, really, at the end of the day. You got a rich man out here giving all this type of stuff out and stuff like that. That's all God blessings. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you barely got and you over to help somebody and do it, that's what God honors. And that's what we all got to do. So don't look upon somebody and look at them that they so low that you feel like you're supposed to, you feel like you're better than, like, I'm not going to give them nothing. They should do what I'm doing. You don't know these person's situation. And the only thing you got to do is do your part. And God said, love thy neighbor. And that's what you need to sit there and do. What's the first part? I said, I actually like that part. Say it again.
It says, it is a sin to despise one's neighbor.
Yes.
But blessed is the one who is kind to the needy. There's another version of it that I have here.
Let me get that one. And it's a lot of times it said, don't go to your neighbor's yard. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people be over there. It's called hating in these days. I don't know what it's called in before Christ, before BC, but it's
he that despiseth his neighbor is sinning. Don't despise your neighbor.
They ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't go over there and mess with his wife. Don't go over there and despise him. Do not hate, because you don't even know what God got for you. You heard about this person blessing and you're missing yours because you're literally looking at theirs. If you're despising somebody, that means you got too much investment in this and nothing's coming out. So now you despise it. You're trying to figure out, why do I hate this person? Why do I don't like my neighbor? Why do I see somebody doing better than me? Why do I do that? Because guess what? You're not meditating the word day and night. You're not doing your part. You're doing your part trying to help this person and try to make him fall because you want to be on top or better. You don't want your wife to be like, oh, so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that. If you don't want to do that, why don't you do something so your wife could brag about you to somebody else?
What do you think about this? The way you relate and you treat others affects three people. First, God. Because everything you do, affects him, yourself, and those around you. I feel like if you treat anyone in a negative way, speak to them in a disrespectful way, that definitely comes back to your initial person on yourself.
So you're not really doing nothing other than stop hating. And the people who's being hated against, you're actually doing something. So don't even dwell and worry about the person that's hating on you. Don't be like, oh, this person hating at me and they doing this and talking about it. Guess what? That's what you're doing. You just returned that favor back, what they just now did. Now you're doing it. So also, even when the person hating on you, your neighbor, you don't go hit back on your neighbor. You sit there and keep your eyes focused on God, meditate in your word and like meditate on that GPS system that you have, that Bible, open it up and figure out what you got going on in life and what's happening right now. Cause I bet you it's so relatable. Proverbs is things to relate to of right now today. Psalms is your testimonies of people testimonies will help you get through. But Psalms is right now today can help you get through any journey or anything that you got. You're about to go through it. You're in it now, or you're about to receive it. You know what I'm saying? So stick in your word day and night. Do not worry about the people that's around you. Actually pray for their blessings. Every blessing that they got, God gave it to them. If you see them doing well, evidently they got on their knees and prayed and asked God to sit there and bless them. Instead of you doing that, you looking at them hating. So get off your neighbor's back.
The second commandment is to love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor.
Another one of the rules of Proverbs is to be gentle, kind, giving, and protective towards other. That way you honor the God in heaven. Being kind is one of those things that sometimes we don't notice when we're not being kind. Sometimes we don't notice when our words affect others. And as long as you are aware of it sometimes and you try to fix it and do better, it is what it is. But kindness is so not, what's the opposite of overrated? Like underrated, I guess. Yeah. It's like people really don't notice how much just being kind to someone, just being understanding to someone can change everything.
The whole dynamic of the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? They say kill people with kindness. You can't even receive your blessings with having a hardened heart. So if you over here having a hardened heart and you pissed off and upset at this other person and stuff like that with no kindness and not meekness, you want to have a problem with God because this is what he tell you to do. These are the rules and keys that God give you. The book give you keys. A lot of time we go into the door and knocking on them. If you had the key, you wouldn't have to knock on it. You'd go right in and receive your blessing. We don't receive our blessings because we don't bring our keys with us. Bring your keys with you and open the door and receive your blessing. If not, you're going to sit there and knocking. And guess what? You think that hater on the other side going to open that door for you? No, he want the blessings for himself. You always talking about, oh, this person, they don't help me out. Or they in position, they don't help me out. That's this man's blessing. They ain't got nothing to do. God going to bless you and receive yours. So stop worrying about the neighbor. Make sure you have kindness so you can receive your blessing. Get these keys. You know what I'm saying? The 10 commandments. They out there for a reason. Get all these keys because all these 10 doors that need to be opened comes from these commandments. And if you go with kindness and meekness and thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, when you go there, are you a killer? No, let him in. Are you a killer? Yeah, I just killed somebody. You're not getting in. Yo, do not be a liar. Do not sleep with your neighbor's wife. When you say these type of things, you left that key at home. Oh, I just slept with my neighbor's wife. That key, that door that you need to get in to receive that blessing, when you try to go in there, it's not the right key. You got to bring the right keys with you. So when it's time for you to go ahead and receive your blessing, when you get to that door, you can open and you can receive it the way you need to have it. And God will bless you because you're in the word. You understanding what those keys is. If you're not in the word, you don't know what the keys is. So you're going to stay worldly. So you're not going to be kind. You're going to feel like you want to do everything for yourself. And you got to stop doing things for yourself. Go get in the word. Receive the keys from the word. So you go out in this world and receive your blessings.
Another thing is thy neighbor is not just someone outside of your household. That is family. That is friends. That is strangers. That is your partner. That is your children.
Your environment.
That is anyone you have contact with. That is the janitor. That is a CEO. That is TSA workers that fondle wax. That is flight attendants. That is, when you go to the takeout and you get some food. Thy neighbor is any other human being that is breathing and living and you have any type of interaction with, whether it's just eye contact. So you have to be aware that we have to be just like God, right? We want to mirror his image. He made us just like him. So when you're speaking to anyone, again, partner, family, friends, or stranger, treat them just as God would treat you, regardless of what your feelings are at the moment, regardless of whatever the anger is, whatever the frustration is, speak to them as God would speak to you.
Yes. And a lot of times we do want to be like God. But do we want to go through what God went through to be like him?
We have to.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to go through it.
We don't want to, but a lot of the times we have to. There are trials and tribulations.
You have to go through it. And that's why people stuck in their storms because they don't want to give it all in.
It ain't going to be easy.
Don't make God get your attention.
We just watched yesterday. Well, let's wrap up. Well, I guess I could say it. We just watched yesterday a video that came up on my social media, right? And there was some girl saying, you know what, don't settle for just anyone if this person's not making you happy in all these different categories. It makes it feel like fireworks all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I said,
only that person is a Jesus.
I said, she must be single.
She's single.
Because there is not fireworks. There are fireworks the first 3 months every single day. Then you're going to have fires that you have to put out. Then you're going to have frozen times where it's like you're going to feel it's cold and then you have to heat it up. You know, there's all kinds of roller coasters in a relationship. So it's not always going to be fireworks and pretty. Just like life is not always going to be pretty. We're going to go through challenges. We're going to be stoned at times. We're going to be crucified, at times. And you have to be willing to do that. So
you got to go through.
Just make sure that you're playing your part and you're being kind, you're being gentle, you're being helpful, and you're not speaking down onto anyone, because you have to be just like God on this. And again, it's not easy. We fall short every single day, but as long as you're aware of what you're doing, just keep going, because we fall short every day. You know, I don't like the way he was talking to me earlier. I don't like it, but I know that he has his feelings behind it and he's not perfect. As long as we keep working on it, that's all I care about. And the only person that I'm okay with putting fires out with.
Yeah, so listen, meditate in the word day and night. Grab those keys from the Bible, not worldly. Get into the world, get into the word, not world. When you get into the world, they got keys too. When I sit there and like, listen, talk to this person and say that to them. I gave her a key. But the words say, love thy neighbor, turn the cheek after somebody slap you. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that the words say that if we use this right here from the word, and not be worldly, listen to our friend and our neighbor. Don't listen to your neighbor either, because they're going to tell you worldly stuff unless they're in the word.
So here's the thing. You have to know, you know, as an adult, to say, hey, I can take some advice from you. I can let that simmer. And then I go ahead and read my word, put them both together. What can I take from you? What can I take from the word? And how can I maybe take some advice from you and do it in a word that God would do so? So I'm not always going to sit here and listen to everything. I don't think Wax ever is trying to steer me the wrong way. I don't think he ever thinks I'm trying to steer him the wrong way. That's why you submit to a certain person, because you feel like they have the best interest and they're going to drive you in the correct direction. But at the same time, I'm human, he's human. We're both not perfect. So we can give each other advice. We can give each other what we think. And at the same time, then we have to take that information and pray on it. We have to take that time and meditate on it. And it's like, I hear you and I do hear him. And from there, I will pray about it. From there, I will figure something out that'll work for me.
Prayer has to be the sandwich. Prayer has to be the meat between our sandwich. She's the top bread, I'm the bottom bread, or I'm the bottom bread, she's the top bread.
It don't really matter, because it depends on which way you flip the sandwich. And they look the same.
And guess who's in the middle always? Guess who our base is? It's the Lord. And we got to sit there and get in his word there, like he told us, and get all those keys so we do not be held up and wondering why, oh, my key, I can't open the door. I can't open. Man, this person ain't open the door. They on the other side. I hear them too. They not going to open the door. They're designed not to open that door for you, because they going to get the glory. Oh, thank you so much for saving me. Oh, thank you so much for doing this. God don't want that. God want all of the glory. So if he make your best friend and somebody that's close to you that you think that's supposed to save you or help you out, it ain't for that person to do it. God would purposely have that person not do it and tell you no, just so he can swoop in and do his blessings. Or he will
purposely have you work hard and bring those people into your life to make. There's so many people that have come into my life that I was not expecting for them to help me. Right now, I just closed a huge client, right? The client that I got that from, I got it from another client that I did not expect for that door to ever have been opened. And I know that it's faith without works is dead. I did the work. I opened a certain door, and now that door is opening up so many opportunities for me. But I know that this client that I just closed is nothing short of what God did for me in the doors that he's opened, because I would not have been able to get here if that first door had not been opened. But I did the work. So make sure you guys are also doing the work and not just expecting God to just give you a key. You have to go find that key. You have to do what you have to do from the Bible to get that key.
It's in the word.
It is.
To God be the glory.
Amen. So
got a lot out of the word.
Absolutely, this wraps up the show. But before we get out of here, remind you again, who'swax.com, get those gummies. I was going to have one today, but maybe later tonight.
Yeah.
You have a live show coming up.
Yes, February 5th, I have my live show at Caveat in New York City at 7 o'clock. I don't know how many tickets we have for real. I don't think it's that many. I know a lot of my people, even me, I'm a door type of guy. So I don't even know if I'm gonna actually show up that day. But if I can get away, or she agreed to come, or with the kids, or COVID, so many things going on. I usually get my tickets at the door. This time, I don't know. I think the tickets might be on sale. So try to go get them right now.
Why would you during this life that we're living right now? Why would you wait till the door? Make sure you have, because if you get to the door during COVID, cold as hell in New York City, and you show up to that door and get left outside, I'm gonna be outside laughing at you.
Get your
You don't look
tickets
stupid as
now.
hell.
Go to Eventbrite and go to bullyingthebeast.com. I mean, go to Bully and the Beast, and you can go ahead and get your tickets right now. You better hopefully there's more there. And I also I'm in 36 dispensaries in LA. Might not be 36 right now, but I'm sure I should be in your local dispensary next to you in LA. Like she said, we got the gummies here. We have the Airsoft Wars. We have the podcast wars coming up. Mostly likely, I talked to Chris and them. We talking about around April. I got battle rappers coming on. I got podcasts. I got celebrities. It's like so many people starting to come in. And I'm like, wow, I'm a little bit not overwhelmed, but it's like, I ain't know this many people really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like my big guys. I was one of my people that's very known this week. I had lunch with him, and that's what he was talking about. He's like, Wax, that ears, I can't wait to come down and do it. I'm like, yo, get a team. And his people was there with him.
But
right
now, aside from that, you don't have to wait till April for the podcast awards. What he has is a paintball airsoft facility.
Yes.
So it's not, right now it's just airsoft. So if you don't know what airsoft is, get on Google and put airsoft, whatever.
Wars.
Games.
Go to Airsoft
just
Wars
put
on YouTube.
that or airsoft games, and it's literally just like, it's a field, and you go on there and you shoot each other and with airsoft guns. So it's a thing. The same way you would go with paintballing. So it's just like a paintball facility. You can still go. It's in North Carolina. So you can go to South Carolina. Sorry. I always say North. I don't know why. Anywho, who'swaxairsoft.com, and you can go today and go check out the plane. Go with a few of your friends. Go play. Learn the area. So when the podcast wars comes, you can be there first. But you don't have to have a podcast. You don't have to be a podcaster. You can literally go on your own with your friends.
I want you to fight against your favorite podcast. You could sit there and literally have a podcast. It could be whatever she says. Say if you be like, baby,
you ain't fighting me. You fighting him. Only half of whatever she says. Get the fuck out of here.
I get 9 other people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the referee.
She'd be the ref. I get 9 other people. You come if y'all want to fight against whatever she says. We down to fight. Y'all want to fight against Bully and the Beast? We ready to fight. You want to fight against Brilliant Idiots? We ready to fight. Flagrant. They told me. 85 South told me. Let's make this happen.
Let's do that. And then don't forget that if you're you have a podcast, looking to start a podcast, I got you. You can always go to carlawilmeras.com and figure out some of the fun stuff that I have on there for you. And we'll see you guys again next week.